I'm Anna Kasparian, host of The Point and also co-host of the Young Turks.
Really, you think that someone who's found guilty of sexual assault doesn't deserve a stricter sentence, but someone who's caught with 3 grams is such a tiny amount, that person deserves life in prison, potentially life in prison?
I hadn't thought of that, but I suppose it would. Right back at you, all right.
I love when I get a joke right. I mean, the Obama administration aggressively went after Twitter to get private information on these Occupy protesters, and that is a form of intimidation.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Anna.
My pleasure.
There's this rumor, this conception people have that young people don't care about the news, especially the dreaded millennials, right?
Right.
Which is a stupid name for a generation, but it's not true. You guys are proving that young people do care about what's going on in the world.
Yes.
So how have you found that out, and what makes the Young Turks different from other news outlets?
Well, I think that there is definitely this huge misconception.
Sorry
about that. I got to grab the mic. Well, I do think that there is really this massive misconception that young people have absolutely no interest in the news. And what we discovered is young people definitely do want to be informed, but they want to be informed by people that they can relate to. So we noticed that there was really this void in the media market, especially in the United States, because we had these massive networks that had these great anchors. They're probably very smart, but they're not talking to the audience like real people. They're just reading from a teleprompter. And it kind of gets rid of that personal element of delivering the news to people. They want to feel as though they're part of the conversation. And so I think millennials, young people, want to consume the news with people or from people that they can really relate to. And I think TYT manages to do that.
Yeah, definitely. There's this thing I'm noticing about all the top channels where they're not making content like, this is for you, just look at it. You're supposed to like this according to our studies. Instead, popular channels, successful channels online are making content so that their viewers can then join a conversation and show off who they are by sharing it.
So our audience is actually a huge part of our content. Right. I mean, their engagement is extremely important to us. So oftentimes, I mean, you get that immediate evaluation from your viewers. They immediately let you know what they like and what they don't like. And so you're really they're really holding you accountable. You know, if you want a genuine audience that sticks around, they're loyal, you have to listen to what their feedback is.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, sometimes we'll do stories and we'll try out something new and we'll get that feedback, and if it's good, we'll continue with that type of coverage. If it's bad and it's not the type of story that really works within our network, we'll move on to something different.
And they will tell you right away.
Oh yeah,
Feedback
and they'll be very
immediate.
honest about it.
They'll be very honest because they're anonymous. So they're just going to tell you how they feel. I've experienced that myself. And I hear you have another clip for us, right?
I do, yes. So let's go to that. You'll get a better sense of the type of coverage we do on TYT.
Wonderful.
Whether they're Democrats or they're Republicans, they're just pro-establishment.
All they're doing is collecting this information on us, and they can use it against us in the future if we do anything to stir the pot.
What is... I picked up the Constitution, and it turns out what they're doing is outrageous.
100,000 lobbyists that are funding politicians in order to make sure that they listen to them and not the American people.
I read that one of the tenets of the Carter Center is that basically failure is an option, that it's okay to fail. And as I watched President Obama say, we're not going to try for peace in the Middle East because what if we fail?
That's not hot. Why is she doing that? I hate how our country is like, get married, everyone, get married. They're gonna pat you down. They're gonna look at your...
You love this because you're...
I love this story. Love it. What?
The point of this show was truth-telling. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to challenge the government. That's the role of the media.
Yeah. Really cool, powerful stuff. And watching that, I realized, you know, it's not just an on-demand platform. It's like you're live on stage forever. People can go and view this and join the conversation at any time.
Yeah. So we actually have a live 2-hour show that we stream through YouTube.
Right.
And what's great about that is we have our live viewers, they'll tweet to us while we're doing the show, and we'll respond to their tweets when we come back from our break. So they really feel like they're integrated, they're part of our programming, and they love it. So that keeps them loyal for sure. But also, since we do 2 hours of content, we have lots of great stuff to put up on this great platform, so people who don't have the time to watch it live can go back later and they get it on demand. And that's another reason why millennials differ from the older demographic. That's the way they want to consume their news. They want it to be on demand.
Right, and then once it's on demand, they can share the little pieces, right, that they want to, represent themselves by or have people know. Now, let's talk about what's next for the Young Turks. I hear you have become an MCN, a multi-channel network. What does that mean, and what's the future have in store?
So our main goal is to inform people, and obviously there are different types of topics that appeal to different demographics. So we noticed, obviously there is a market for sports news in YouTube. So what can we do with that? And we created a sports show. We have What the Flick, which is a movie review show. We have TYT University, which is a show that talks about college issues. So it's very, very specialized, but it works because it allows us to have a more diverse demographic.
Right, and it sounds specialized. Like it sounds like when I do an episode about why do people clap when they like things, right? Who cares? Well, on YouTube with a global platform, millions of people care.
Definitely. You just have to be interesting and you have to be honest, and I think it's also really important when it comes to news specifically to not be scripted, to not use a teleprompter, to just have a conversation. Again, it's all about people wanting to connect with others that they can relate to, and I think TYT does a really great job with that.
Cool, for sure. Anna, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We're going to move on. I'll shake your hand.
Yeah.
Yes, see how official and businesslike I am?